the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
New this morning, El Paso County District Attorney Michael Allen is investigating.
We just need an inch of acceptance so we can grow and learn.
Everyone here is forever in your hearts. Lavelle, Devin, and Deshaun.
To my 3 young kings, I'm eternally grateful for you. Thank you for being the light to the world.
Former President Donald Trump is slamming the special counsel put in charge of the Justice Department's investigations into January 6 and his handling of classified documents after office.
This horrendous abuse of
– 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's how long some DC bars can remain open during the World Cup, and fans are ready to cheer on their favorite team.
Let's go Ecuador. I just moved to the city. It's all by myself. I didn't want to watch the game.
This Thanksgiving, I have to make dinner all by myself.
I think it's Iger. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finally. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm.
How did you get into this? How did you start?
Well, I started 20.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Ahead on the news at noon, Colorado police continue their investigation following a deadly shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub that left 5 dead. What we know about the suspect and a possible motive. Plus, on Transgender Day of Remembrance, a vigil for those who lost their lives and the calls for change. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. It's Monday, November 21st. I'm Annalisa Gale. Well, we're a couple days away now from Thanksgiving. Meteorologist Scott Sumner is joining us with a look at what you can expect for that big feast.
Yeah, so we're going to target that forecast, Thanksgiving Day forecast here coming up throughout the noon show. But I tell you, it was brutally cold out there this morning, the coldest since last winter back in March across the region. I'll show you some of the morning lows observed across the region and talk about tonight's lows, all coming up in just a few minutes. Annalisa.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. New this afternoon, we're learning more about the shooting that left 5 dead and injured more than 24 at a gay nightclub in Colorado over the weekend. News Nation's Robert Alvarez there is in Colorado Springs with the very latest.
New this morning, El Paso County District Attorney Michael Allen is investigating whether or not a gunman who shot up an LGBTQ club late Saturday night, killing 5 and injuring 25, was motivated by hate.
We're looking at also hate crime potentially, if there's any bias-motivated aspects of this. There's obviously some evidence of that based on the fact of where this occurred, and we're going to be looking closely at that and any statements that he may have made prior to coming down here to commit this horrible act.
Colorado Springs police are questioning 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich, the accused shooter, who's now in police custody. It was shortly before midnight when police say Aldrich entered Club Q with a rifle, a pistol, and additional rounds of ammo. Witnesses describe a harrowing 2 minutes where Aldrich allegedly worked his way through the club, firing his AR-15 style weapon into the crowd while guests ducked for cover or ran for the doors.
I heard more shots. The second round of shots were closer. And so I ran, and when I ran to the dressing room. I made them close and lock the doors. We cut off all the lights, and we got down on the ground and called the police immediately. There was nothing stopping that man from coming through. The doors were locked, but they weren't bolted. There was nothing stopping him from coming through to just go ahead and end us all.
On Sunday evening, an impromptu memorial filled with flowers, candles, and messages of love grew outside Club Q. Friends and family mourned their lost loved ones, including 2 bartenders, Derek Rump and Daniel Aston. One close friend tells News Nation they took on the gunfire while trying to protect others.
If you guys knew who these 2 people were that we're knowing about, you guys would understand our pain, because this is they did not deserve this.
At least 2 people are now being called heroes, credited with charging Aldrich, grabbing his gun, hitting him with it, and pinning him down until the first police officers arrived 3 minutes later. The police chief said their quick thinking saved countless lives.
While the suspect was inside of the club, at least 2 heroic people inside the club confronted and fought with the suspect and were able to stop the suspect from continuing to kill and harm others. We owe them a great debt of thanks.
And again, that was Robert Alvarez reporting. An Associated Press investigation found that the suspect, Anderson Lee Aldrich, was accused of threatening his mother with a homemade bomb a year and a half before his arrest yesterday. There is no record to indicate, though, that Colorado's red flag law was triggered following his previous arrest, which would have allowed police to seize his weapons. And here at home, dozens came together yesterday for Transgender Day of Remembrance. A vigil took place at Freedom Plaza in D.C., honoring those killed in transphobic attacks. According to the Human Rights Campaign, at least 32 transgender people have been killed this year. Last year, there were 50 transgender people who were killed.
We just need an inch of acceptance so we can grow and learn and be loved.
Now, D.C. police tell us that 4 open homicide investigations involving transgender victims are still on the books. You can find more details about that on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Well, the University of Virginia held a memorial service over the weekend as the community continues to mourn the loss of 3 beloved football players. The service honoring Devin Chandler, Deshaun Perry, and Lavelle Davis Jr., who lost their lives in the shooting last Sunday. Tears flowed through the arena as photos of the 3 men shined on video. Campus leaders, coaches, and the members of the football team made their way to the podium to share their memories of their fallen peers. They stayed true to their message that the men will not be forgotten.
Everyone here is forever in your hearts. Lavelle, Devin, and Deshaun.
To my 3 young kings, I'm eternally grateful for you. Thank you for being the light to the world.
Now, at this time, it's still unclear if the team will take part in their final game of the season this weekend. The Commanders honored the team by wearing their numbers on their helmets on Sunday. Virginia's Attorney General is conducting an external review of that case. New today, D.C. police are trying to figure out what led to a deadly shooting at a D.C. hotel. They responded around 10 p.m. on Saturday to a Noma Hotel in the 1200 block of 1st Street Northeast. That's where they found 18-year-old Akira Wilson, who was shot and killed. This afternoon, the search continues for a suspect in that case. Lawmakers in Washington are reacting to Attorney General Merrick Garland's appointment of a special counsel for investigations into former President Trump. The special counsel will oversee several investigations into the former president. Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson looks at why Garland is now saying this is needed.
Former President Donald Trump is slamming the special counsel put in charge of the Justice Department's investigations into January 6 and his handling of classified documents after office.
This horrendous abuse of power is the latest in a long series of witch hunts. It started a long time ago.
Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed Jack Smith, a longtime Justice Department lawyer, for the job on Friday. Garland noted his decision was based on Trump's planned 2024 White House bid and President Biden's intention to seek re-election.
Appointing a special counsel at this time is the right thing to do.
And here in Washington, California Congressman Adam Schiff supports the move.
I hope that the special prosecutor will move with alacrity and fulfill the commitment Merrick Garland made at the outset, which is that everyone will be treated equally under the law, and that includes the former president.
Trump received a boost from Elon Musk, reinstating Trump's Twitter account Saturday night after taking a social media poll.
That was Rashad Hudson reporting there again. In regards to Trump's Twitter status, Trump has said he now prefers his own social media platform, although Musk wants him to return. And we have an update out of Indonesia today. At least 162 people are dead after an earthquake shook the country this morning. It struck on the main island of Java. Take a look at those videos and photos coming in of the destruction left behind. Emergency workers were treating injured people on stretchers outside that hospital.